Hey everybody, Punisher88 here, and it's time for a haul. That's right folks, I'm going to show you some books that I picked up as of recently, and then to conclude this video, I'm going to show you a soundtrack I picked up on vinyl. Yeah, and this is a awesome soundtrack. Uh, it's a cult classic pretty much. And I'm also happy to announce that I finally popped my vinyl purchasing cherry. So, with all nonsense aside, what do you say we get to the books? So first up, we have a book that has everyone talking as of recently, and that is, of course, Steve Rogers' Captain America #1. Now, I read this prior to picking up the physical copy. I read it online, and I thought the story was good. I wasn't too keen on the artwork, and I'll be honest with you, the main reason why I picked this book up was not because of the, I guess we could call it now, the famous twist at the end, which was ruined for me thanks to the almighty internet. But no, the main reason why I got this was because after it came out and after all the backlash and everything, I saw online that people were getting together and holding book burnings of this book. Yeah, book burnings. I mean, come on. And after I saw enough of that, I was thinking to myself, and I was like, well, wait. What if enough people actually, got into this book burning thing, and what if this book actually became kind of hard to find, Now, that's a pretty big what if, because I'm not sure exactly how many copies of this book were printed, but still, you never know. So I figured, while I was at one of the shops here in town and I saw they had a bunch of these, I was like, you know what? Since you're here, pick one up, and that'll be the end of it. And then after I got this, I walked out of the store, and to myself, I was like, all right, all the mental crazies out there, if you guys want to host your book burnings and book tearings and whatnot, be my guest, because I have a copy of my own now. I still don't have the Scotty Young yet, which I really want to get, but maybe what I'll do is next week when I stop by my LCS, if they don't have it, I'll ask them to order it for me, or maybe I'll just get it on Midtown or something. So who knows? Anyway, moving on. Next from Dark Horse, I finally got issue #3 of the Paybacks. I really like this series, and it's a real drag that it ended so short, because I really like the idea of there being, a repo service for superheroes. I think that's an awesome idea, and I really would have loved to have seen this series go on for more than just 3 or I think 4 issues, but oh well, right? Anyway, next, also from Dark Horse, and this is early Dark Horse stuff. I forget whose channel I saw these on. It may have been VinCrew or maybe KKN Comics. I forget. Anyway, this is issue #28 of Flaming Carrot Comics. What a title! And when I saw them in the video, I was like, oh, those look cool. So I came across a couple. I got this one, and then I also got issue #29. So I'll give those a read later. And then lastly, for this part of the haul, this book, when it came out, a lot of people that I'm subbed to, they said when they read it, they said it was pretty much a almost full-on smut comic. And I heard that, and I was just like, okay, if I get my chance to pick up the first issue, I'm going to. So I did. So this is issue #1 of the, I guess you could say, infamous Image title, The Discipline. And I'm going to give this a read later and see what all this smut talk was about. Alright, now I just put these back in the bag. You guys know I'm a stickler for that. If I don't put them back in the bag and just put them off to the side, it's going to drive me nuts. Alright, let's just put these here. Alright, next we have Daredevil and the Punisher, issue number 1. I've also read this already, loved it. I really like the dark and gritty artwork because I find it just went with the story amazingly. And I will admit, there was one teensy tiny little thing in here that really just irked me the wrong way. And when I mention it, a lot of you are probably going to go, really? And I'm not even going to take the book out just because it's such a small thing. It's one panel in the book. And maybe those of you out there who read this already may know what I'm talking about. There's a panel in here where there's a close-up on the Punisher's face. And for some reason, the artist drew one of Castle's eyes a little bigger than the other. And it looks like it's about to just pop out of his eye socket. And when I saw that, I was just like, oh, really? Come on. And it wasn't like like I'm grossed out. It was like like ticked off. But anyway. And actually, right now I'm going to take the time to do a little plug here. If any of you out there are interested in checking out my Punisher 88 Facebook page, be my guest. I'm not forcing anyone to, but if you're interested, go check it out. I do have a poll going right now for what to review this coming Saturday, and there's a very interesting neck and neck race going on right now between this book and the Captain America #1. So yeah, I think it's awesome. And to any of you out there, again, who would like to go check it out, be my guest. I would love to see what book you guys vote on. And to make it easy for you, I'll post a link in the description below so you guys can go check it out right after watching this. Alright, moving on. I came across a couple Before Watchmen books, and I am trying to collect all the different series in that story or whatever you want to call it. So prior to these two, I had the entire Minutemen series, which is 6 issues. I have issue number 3 of Dr. Manhattan. And I also have issue number 1 of Ozymandias, signed by Jay Lee. I met him last year at Montreal Comic Con, and yeah, he signed the cover for me, which was awesome. So now, to add to those, I have issue number 3 of Silk Spectre, and I really can't wait to get all of these because I just like the team that's on this series. I mean, it's Amanda Connor on artwork, and Darwin Cook, I believe, did the writing. So, yeah. And then next we got issue number 4 of Ozymandias. So, very cool. Next, another series that I'm slowly filling in here and there is, of course, Batman 66. This is issue number 21. I do have the very last issue, issue 33, so that's pretty cool. I am still trying to hunt down a first issue, but for a reasonable price. And then once I find that, I could start really filling in the holes here and there. Alright, now let's get to some older stuff. So first from DC, I got this mostly because it's a Joe Kubert cover, and I love his artwork. So this is the Unknown Soldier, issue 219. That is such a cool cover. Oh my god. I love how Joe drew this Nazi right here. I mean, look at that, like that glare on his face. Like, oh, so cool. So we got that. Now, of course, I picked up some Batman stuff. This is Batman issue 292, the testimony of the Riddler. And I've decided that I want to try and hunt down all the Batman books where the logo looked like this. So that started at around, I think, issue 241 and went on all the way to, I think, almost issue 500 or something. So again, slowly but surely, I'll pick them up here and there. So yeah, I always thought that was a cool cover too, with the Riddler just grabbing Batman's cowl. So cool. Next, we got Batman issue 306, fighting a villain by the name of the Black Spider. Very cool. And then the last book in this part of the haul, when I saw this cover, I had to get it because a lot of you out there watching may know that here in the, I guess you could say, community or union, whatever you want to call it, especially those who are part of CBF, Comic Book Fanatics, you guys know that we love to talk about Wonder Woman and her famous bondage covers. But when I saw this, I was like, okay, Wonder Woman, you could eat your heart out on this cover. This is Superman's girlfriend, Lois Lane, issue 122. Now, I have never bought a Lois Lane comic, but when I saw this cover, I was like, I got it. Now, the reason why I say Wonder Woman, eat your heart out, is because there's not one, but three ladies bounded on this cover. I mean, look at that. You got Lois Lane and Thorne tied up to an organ, and then you got this lady down here all bound and gagged. I mean, that right here, that's a bondage cover if I ever did see one, right? Oh man. So yeah, I just had to show those off, or show that off for you. All right. Again, let me just put these in the bag, and then we'll get to the third part of the comics I got. And these last books I got are pretty cool. There. All right. Let me just fix these up. And you go there. You go there. You go in the back. Okay. So first, we have Iron Man issue 185. This I basically just got to add to my Iron Man collection. So that was pretty cool. Next, we got Marvel Team Up issue 144, which is Spider-Man and Moon Knight. Also, again, Marvel Team Up. This is just another issue to go with my Marvel Team Up series. Now we get to some good stuff. So first, I found this for $2.50. It's a bit of a spine roll, but whatever. So I finally have now X Factor issue number 15. And then this I was happy to find for $10, no problem, and it's in pretty decent shape actually. I finally have one of the 4 issues of the Wolverine miniseries. This is issue number 4. Very cool. And I believe, is it Joe Rubenstein or Rubenstein, whatever? I think he's gonna be at Montreal Comic Con this year. I think. And if he is, anyway, maybe I'll get him to sign this. So, anyway, so we got that. And this I also got for $10, and I was like, that's pretty cool with me. I finally got the Uncanny X-Men issue 244, the first appearance of Jubilee. So, yeah, pretty cool. Alright, so that's all the books that I got. Let me just, again, back in the bag. And let me conclude this with a vinyl soundtrack. So, I managed to pick up for $5 the soundtrack to Jaws. Ah, that is awesome. So now, this is the uh, third movie soundtrack I own. First one I ever bought, the other two I own were gifts. So prior to this, I owned the soundtrack to Ghostbusters #2, not #1. But anyway, I might actually get Ernie Hudson to sign it this year at Montreal Comic Con, which would be pretty cool. So yeah, so I own the soundtrack to Ghostbusters 2, now Jaws, and I will admit I have the soundtrack to Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs on a picture disc I got for like my, I think, 7th birthday or something. My grandmother got it for me. So anyway, so yeah, very cool. So if you guys enjoyed this haul, I hope you did. And if so, give her a thumbs up. If not, give her a thumbs down. If I do get a thumbs down, I understand this was a pretty long video. And I know some people are iffy on long videos, but whatever. And yeah, if you enjoyed this video, take a look around my channel. I got plenty of them. If you enjoy haul videos, I got quite a few. Go check them out. And also, while looking around, make sure to comment on any video you like, because I love reading them as well as answering them. And also, while looking around, make sure to like or dislike any video you watch. Yes, I did say dislike, because let's face it, no one's perfect, right? And then, when all is said and done, before leaving, make sure to click that subscribe button. Alrighty, so that's it for now, but I will see you guys tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow for the weekend comic review. And the poll is still up there to determine on which book I will be reviewing, either Captain America #1 or Daredevil and the Punisher issue #1. Who knows? So anyway, till then, this is Punisher 88 signing off. See ya!